Do you have a plan? Do you have an intention? Do you have a strategy for how you want to get to where you feel like God might be telling you to go, or how you're going to see certain people come to know Jesus, or how we're going to serve the poor and help get them out of the situations that they find themselves in? Do we have strategies and plans? I think this is one of the questions that we should ask ourselves having read this story. And one of the things I love about this story is it's just, you wouldn't expect Jesus to be holding up this dishonest guy as a role model. You think, Jesus, you're meant to be super good. And of course, Jesus is just so much bigger than the boxes that we put him in. And he's not commending this guy for his dishonesty, you might see. He's commending him for being shrewd. And I think in that you see, as much as we might just expect God's kingdom simply just to happen around us, there is a place for the church to be intentional. And there is a place for us in our own lives to have a strategy for how do we want to be effective. One of the things that I find sometimes a helpful exercise is to say, all right, what do I want to see happen? And then what's a breakdown of how that's going to get there? So maybe I want to see this person come to know God. So how am I going to see that happen? I'll break that down. It's going to start by praying. It's going to start by being, in relationship. It's all these things. And you break it down into a strategy, and that can be a helpful thing. We're to be shrewd as God's people and take the best that we gather from the world, whether it's the using of social media or it's creativity or it's just plans for how to make an organization run. We're to take the best of all of those things and to implement them in our own lives, and it's good to do that, actually. And then a little later, Jesus talks a bit about money, and here he's just reminding us again that money and God do not mix. It's not that money is bad, it's that the worship of money, the love of money, is a bad thing. And he's just checking our hearts again. This is a constant theme in Luke. And Jesus is just reminding us, just be very, very careful that you're not chasing after money instead of God. And for us, particularly as we look to Christmas shopping and we look to, all the stuff that happens at this time of the year, that's a question just to have very much at the forefront of our minds. Is money for me becoming something that is stressing me out? Is it becoming for me something that I'm desiring and thinking about a lot? Is it becoming something for me that I'm using as a tool to get my own way in the world? All of those questions are questions that is worth asking as we reflect on whether money has become something of a god. And if the answer to any of those is yes, then what we do is it sounds simplistic, but it isn't. We just repent. And then one really helpful way to conquer the god of money is to give some money away.